Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to make the matching top to our previous crochet shirts. As you have seen at the beginning of the video, you can do a matching set. You can make a matching set for yourself, and if you would like the written pattern, it's already available on all my online shops. This is going to be the easiest and quickest approach to make a simple crochet halter top, as you have seen in these images on the screen. So for the yarn, I used this seagull yarn. It is a 4-ply fingering weight yarn. So since it's very thin, I'll be doubling my strand to achieve a thicker look. And then if you have a DK weight yarn, that would be a great substitute, but you don't have to double your strand. I basically used approximately 1 ball was enough for me, and this ball is roughly 300 yards. So since I'm using a double strand, I used only 1 ball, but if you're using a single strand, I believe 150 yards or 200 yards should be enough for you to make your top. But just to be on a safe side, you can have 2 balls of yarn, just in case you feel like you need some extra yarn on the side. So you'll also need a 4mm crochet hook, 2 stitch markers, a measuring tape, and a pair of scissors. And that's all the materials that you'll need. You'll also need a darning needle. This is optional, but for people who love to weave in their ends using a darning needle, you should have one. And let's jump right into the video. So as I had mentioned earlier on, we already have the shorts tutorial as well as written pattern, and you can find all the links in the description box below. Alright, so you're going to grab your hook and your yarn, and you're going to make a chain that can wrap around your underbust minus 4 inches. So the underbust measurement that I'm considering is 34 inches minus 4 inches. That means I'm going to make a chain of 30 inches. So you're going to continue to chain until you have your underbust circumference minus 4 inches. Alright, so I have my chain. I've made a chain of 100, and that stretches to my underbust circumference minus 4 inches, which is a total of 30 inches. So the reason why we are leaving out the 4 inches is to leave room for lace up at the back, because we're going to create loops on the edge of the top, as you can see here, so that we can lace up the back of the top. So I started with a total of 100 chains, and now we're going on to row 1. For row 1, you're going to make a chain of 1 and half double crochet in each and every chain across. So 1 half double crochet in each and every chain. This tutorial is explained in the US terms. So you yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. And you're going to repeat that. I have 6 loops on my hook because I'm using a double strand. But if you chose to use a single strand, you should be having a total of 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all. So you're going to do that all the way across, and I'll meet you back at the beginning, at the end of the row. So just half double crochet in each and every stitch across until the end of the chain. Alright, so we've made it all the way to the end of the chain, and we are now going on to row 2. You're going to make a chain of 1 and turn your work so that you're working in the opposite direction of the previous row, and you're going to half double crochet into the very first stitch and continue half double crocheting into each and every stitch all the way across. Okay, so we're coming to the end of row 2, and I'm placing my very last half double crochet stitches into the last stitches of the previous row. as you can see here. Should make sure you maintain the number of stitches for each and every row. So we're going to repeat this row again and again until you have the length of the bottom band that you want. Remember, this top is worked from bottom upwards, so you're going to determine where you want your top to sit, maybe at the belly button level, and you're going to keep working until the armpit, where your hands split from the main body. So from where you want your top to stop until the armpit. So this will give us a block look, plain rectangle, and then from there we shall do some shaping to create that halter look of the top. So you just make a chain of 1, turn your work, half double crochet in each and every stitch of the previous row, all the way across. So let me keep doing that, and I'll meet you back when I have my desired length, or until I get to my armpit level, and then I'll show you what to do next. Right, so we ended up doing a total of 15 rows. 15 rows, but you're going to work from the base where you want your top to sit up to your armpit, and then we're going to start shaping. So these 2 stitch markers that you can see here, here and here, I went ahead to mark the armpit level in the middle of the armpit, each armpit. So you try on your top and mark that point. And this is where I'm going to start doing my decreases. So after my 15th row, I'm going to make a chain of 1 and cut my yarn. And then I'm going to attach my yarn so that I'm working in the opposite direction of the previous row. So into this stitch marker, I'm going to attach my yarn there. And we're going to start doing some decreases. So go into the stitch with a stitch marker and attach your yarn there. And we're going to start decreasing. Alright, so you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. And then insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, you'll have 4 loops, and then yarn over, pull through all. So we've just done 2 half double crochets together. No, actually I had to attach in this stitch marker. Make sure you're working in the opposite direction of the previous row. So attach your yarn where the stitch marker is, and then yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all. And then you're going to continue to half double crochet until you have 1 stitch to your stitch marker. Alright guys, we have 1 stitch before the stitch with the stitch marker. So you're going to remove your stitch marker, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch which had the stitch marker, pull up a loop, you'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. And that marks the end of the very first row of decreases. You can now remove your stitch markers, but if you can't see this point very well, just leave the stitch marker there, so that you know where the next row is supposed to end. So for the next row, you're going to make a chain of 1, turn your work. We're going to make a decrease again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. We're going to do that 1 more time. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all. So we've done 2 decreases this time, and then we're going to go ahead and place 1 half double crochet in each and every stitch until we have a total of 4 stitches left on our row. So we have 4 stitches left. We are now going to create our 2 decreases on the end of the row. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all. That's the first decrease, and then you're going to do it again. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the last stitch, pull up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. So that's the row that we are going to keep repeating again and again until we have a short distance for our halter top. So I'll let you know how many rows that I did that resemble the one that we just did. Don't forget, you make a chain of 1, turn your work, yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. That's our very first decrease, and then do another decrease. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all. So we are creating 2 decreases on each end, both here and here. And I'll let you know how many rows that I'll do for my halter top in order to get a comfortable length across the top of the halter top. After the 2 decreases, you go back to 1 half double crochet in each stitch until you have 4 stitches left at the end of your row, and then create your 2 decreases at the end. Alright guys, I ended up with a total of 9 decrease rows, as you can see here, but you can do as many rows as you wish as long as you get to your collarbone level, because at that point your top should be enough length for you to wear. So for me, I did a total of 9 rows, and that distance measures a total of about 3 inches from the time we started the decreases. So about 3 inches right from the armpit at this level where we did the stitch markers and then started doing the decrease rows. Another thing that you should make sure you cross check is before you stop creating your decreases, you should make sure that from this point to this point you have a distance from the middle of one collarbone to the middle of the second collarbone. That's what you should consider across here. So for me, I have a total of about 9 inches, which is totally fine, but make sure this distance is not so long to make it past the middle points of your collarbones, because the top will look funny and will end up a little bit wide in the chest area. So from here, once you get to your collarbone level, you're going to just make a chain, a long chain, because it's going to be a strap. Alright guys, I have my 200 chains here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn, pull through, and also cut off the excess strand. So you're going to go ahead and weave in all your ends, get rid of all the loose ends on your top. As you can see here, I'm getting rid of some loose ends on the top, and you're going to go ahead and attach your yarn onto the opposite corner and still make a chain of 200. Now we're going to go ahead and create some loops on the side of the top here, and that's where we're going to lace up our straps that we just created. So remember this part here at the beginning, from the base of the top the flat panel that we created before the decreases. So we're going to go onto the side and create some loops that are going to cater for the lace up at the back of the top. So you're going to attach your yarn in one corner and then make a chain of 4, which counts as a double crochet chain 1. Sorry for the sun. From here you're going to go into the next row with 1 double crochet. It doesn't matter where you place the double crochets. The point is you should make sure you have the same exact number of loops on both sides, both this side and the opposite side. So what I'm going to do is chain 1, go into the next row with 1 double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next row. That's all that I'm going to do, and I'm going to create several loops. All right, so we're coming to the end and I'm chaining 1 and double crocheting into the very last row. So this will create loops on the side of the top, and then you're going to make a chain of 1 and we're going to go back into this row of loops and we're going to place 2 single crochets in each and every chain 1 space. So 2 single crochets in each space just to clean up the edge. All right, so we are done cleaning up the edge and this is what we have. We're going to repeat the same exact process for our second side. You're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn and then attach your yarn onto the opposite side. So I'm going to just make sure I know the number of loops on this side. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. I have a total of 14 loops on this side, so I should make sure that I create the same exact number of loops on the opposite side. Alright guys, we are done with our straps, as you can see, and when we turn our top to the back we have loops on both ends, as you can see here. Now we're going to get our straps, and the first lace up is going to be on the same side as the strap, something like this. So the first lace up is on the same side in the topmost loop here. Same applies to this side. You're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing. You lace it into the very top loop on the same side. That is to prevent the bulge that may be created here if we just crisscross like this and tie around the neck or create an X at the back. So the very first lace up is like this, and then from this point onwards you're going to decide how many loops to skip. I'll skip 3, and then into the 4th I start crisscrossing. 1 2 3, and into the 4th you crisscross, something like that. So 1 2 3 into the 4th. You can skip either 2 loops or 3 loops or 4 loops, that is totally up to you. 1 2 3 and into the 4th. 1 2 3 into the 4th. 1 2 3 into the 4th. So I've just left behind 1 loop, which is okay. And then from here you're going to just go ahead and tie a knot at the base of the top. So that's how we make this very easy crochet halter top that matches our previous pair of shorts. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.